Hello and welcome to another episode of Case of the Golden Idol. I bring Stabbity, the stabbiest stab that ever stabbity'd. Although Ash Blair might have done quite a bit of stabbing the previous episode. And I'm joined by Nweismuller.
And
Please.
Nweismuller. Indeed, indeed. And we're also joined by a rather scary-looking mermaid.
Yeah, that popped down when we returned to the scenario selection at the end of the last episode. Oh, cool. It's a cutscene. The frick is that eldritch creature? Good morning, innkeeper. I heard a man was murdered here a week ago. Aye, a deranged convict did him in. Now bugger off. Tell me more about the evening when Willard Wright died. I will make it worth your while.
That eldritch creature is somebody wearing a terrible hat.
But speaking of which, we never did check this cutscene out. I don't think.
We did see it. It was the...
You did? Oh, yeah.
Introducing the heirs of Sebastian Cloudsley, one of whom was displeased with what he got.
Yes. Very much so. Okay. Chapter 2, The Cursed Inheritance. Scenario number 5. Let's do it. The Intoxicating Dinner Party. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And we got 36 things to grab. These sure are fine coats. An expensive cigar. Little Pip. Run to the city and grab me some Ash Blair tobacco and a bottle of gin. Oh! Ash Blair does not appear to be a real name.
It's a pseudonym after a brand of tobacco.
That's what it looks like. I will pay you when I am back. David. I got the tobacco. Don't see the gin. Unless he just kept one for himself. An overcoat and a hat. An overcoat and a hat. A box of cigars. 1788. Dear Miss Richards, I enjoyed your company tremendously when I visited your father last month. I am certain that you would wish to hear the rest of my thoughts on the shortcomings of our society. I invite you and your father to dinner on April 8th at my manor. Sincerely, Edmund Cloudsley.
Because who wants nothing more than to listen to Edmund Cloudsley go on about the shortcomings of our society?
I mean, everyone does. Dear Mary, here is something for your diary from me. For you, I would fight a tiger and win. Peter Batley. 1788, March 5th. That looks like it was drawn in MS Paint in 10,000 hours.
Also, Peter Batley, if you may recall, is he who got aphorisms.
Yes. Oh? A syringe with some liquid left in it. Let's go horizontally first. Thank you, dear. No, I threw it out. I do not read such dirty literature anymore. I do hope our master's guests are satisfied that Brian served everything as instructed. 1 key, 2 keys. I guess the pattern might be important? Or is it... No, the syringe has the, it has the plunger. Okay. So it's not related to that. The dinner party will take place on April 8th. Everything should be ready before noon. Prepare roasted boar. Young Miss Richards appears not to enjoy meat, therefore prepare some alternative side dishes. Some alternative side dish, singular. To Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. probably is Smith. And I guess...
Well, could be the other lady.
Could be.
I mean, there's... So...
That appears to be... I'll put in Little Pip.
All right, well...
And we'll see. Mrs. Smith. 2 eggs and a pot of tea each breakfast. No heavy food for dinner. You are responsible for Little Pip doing all his errands.
So Mrs. Smith appears to be the cook. All right.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Walker, I am to be woken up and dressed at 7 a.m. I expect to receive my daily newspaper by noon. Mrs. Baker, I expect all of my rooms to be cleaned every day, twice on the days I have visitors. NB, David Gorin's job requires that he may arrive or leave during night. No complaining about this. EC, okay, well... This appears to be Baker. Of course I can give you some candles for your room, Lucia. I assume you're itching to continue reading that scandalous novel. Okay, so she is Lucia. And that means she is Baker. She said, "Thank you, dear, no, threw it out, blah, blah, blah." Okay. Whatever. Small, simple key. Dear Ada, I have to use this letter to share good news. There is no substance to the claims that your late husband used his position to squander church money. The judge has decided to remove all accusations, and you will be no longer a target of baseless gossip. I truly and sincerely hope this will provide some comfort in these dark times when ignorance and impudence go hand in hand. May our Lord steward over our poor souls. So she shall be Ada. Go. Huh. Looks like a sleeping assignment. Wine. Full and sealed bottles with red liquid labeled wine. I assume it is wine. Unless it's blood. No, wrong kind of whining.
Okay.
A full and sealed bottle with amber liquid labeled brandy. Are you going to make a sound effect of brandy?
Well, just make up your mind. Is she amber or is she brandy?
Okay, that was a good one. I was not expecting you to go that way. I was more expecting the fact that so many brandies talk like this. All right, we got bread, lemons, potatoes, sack of flour, water, veggies, a big piece of meat. Door to the outside, not locked. Okay. The door is locked. Stack of candles. Okay. April 7th, Dear Diary, this has been an ordinary day, mostly spent in preparation for tomorrow's dinner event. I do believe the time has come for me to ask for a raise in salary after all these years I have loyally worked here. It is a difficult conversation to be had, but I will strengthen my will and talk to Master about it tomorrow. She does have some candles, so she could be Baker, but of course I can give you some candles, which now makes me think that she is the one that has the spare candles. We'll see.
Yeah. Let's just keep examining.
I'm just letting you know my thought process right now.
Of course.
Hortius, the wise slave. Fables about rulers that make you think. Okay. 1 pound and 2 shilling. Ink. An ink pot. A sealed pot labeled print paint. Down with parasites! Too long they have feasted on our blood and sweat. Okay. I am going to run back. Dear Mary, here's something for your diary from me. Huh. Now, I don't know if Peter is there, but, you know, just the fact that there is, you know, drawing stuff like that. We'll see later. We'll see later. All right.
All right.
Above them. Ooh. Monkey Man versus Striped Dark Hands. Monkey Man 2. Truth for Tooth. No more Mr. Nice Monkey. Key-ish?
A blank key.
A blank key.
It's not been cut.
Yep. Small bottle filled with an amber liquid. Couple of pennies, a fancy handkerchief, and a shiny pocket watch.
Any idea what the amber liquid might be?
Is the amber liquid perhaps brandy or poison?
Maybe one of those, but just think about it.
Mm-hmm. All right. A key that's actually been cut. Shiny pocket watch. Not sure if it's the same pocket watch as previously, as we saw last chapter. But okay.
Well,
Yeah.
all of those things in there are things that could easily be filched.
Yes. Yes, very much so. All right, let's check this room. Door's locked, of course. All right, we have a set of lockpicks. Okay. Ash Blair, finest tobacco. A pistol. A dagger. David, clean up the barn until Wednesday. I plan to continue experimenting with the artifact. EC.
I think we can safely assume whose room this one is, at least on the chart.
Yep. 1 second. Kays, I'm back. My Gunpla kit has arrived, so I'm gonna go into lurk mode here. Cool. Have fun making that, Kays. Also, how much Gunpla do you get? You seem to be having Gunpla nonstop coming in. Alright. No. Tobacco pouch labeled Ash Blair, finest tobacco. And we did see that... Little Pip, run to the city and grab me some Ash Blair tobacco and a bottle of gin. I will pay you when I am back, David. And we do have the Ash Blair tobacco here. So I assume that that is David, since it matches the line we have here. Kay's got four Gunpla kits today and plans to build 2 of them. Wow. Crazy, man. Best of luck, though. Have fun with that. So yes, we do know that David is here. Oops, not that button. And here is, you know, someone that's pilfering things. Let's head upstairs, and we got 2 more rooms.
On the screen below, there was still something flashing with question marks.
Oh, there it is. And outside also. Oh, there we go. Didn't grab that. Another blank. And a key that's been cut. Hanging out from the top. Interesting. Alright, this time I think we got everything. Yep, tied off right there. So, it's being passed out from this room. A pair of twig dolls and a bottle of pink liquid, partially empty. Once your target has ingested the love potion, establish eye contact and hold it for as long as possible. In most cases, the effects will be felt within 2 days, depending on your own appearances. 4 shillings and a penny. I will not change the rule that the staff member who has worked here the longest gets the bottom room. Do not bother me with such nonsense again. EC. So EC is the master of the household. M. Mademoiselle, the laceless count. The besmirched lover of Lusitania. Oh, I think I know, who's here. A knife. Okay.
Threw it out, did you?
Threw it out, did you? So, that means that here, and that's going to say a locked door. Yes, it does. That means here is Lucia.
Smith.
There's she is. Smith. And this to Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. Okay. Very good.
And about length of service, if you go down to the bottom, there was a diary in the bottom cabinet.
Yes. Time to ask for a raise, as she has loyally worked here for a long time. And she has the candles, which is what I suspected previously, that Ada Baker.
Well, let's check out the last servant's room and just see what we see there. Then we can...
More candles. Stack of candles. Remember to take the 4th one from every row. Huh. Okay, that's confusing. Raulu Cthulhu. Star Child. Star children, sky high, doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo.
And whoever has that top room is hanging that basket out their window, so...
Yep. Hanging that out with the keys. Okay. Anyway. It still kind of bugs me. She doesn't appear to be more senior than Baker, but yeah, we'll get back to it in a second. We got stuff here to do. Platinello, Ideal Republic. Wow. If they couldn't have more obviously referenced Plato's Republic. Visions of a utopia with order and structure.
And we all know what a utopia Plato's Republic was.
I mean, aside from a place that doesn't exist, it most certainly was not a utopia.
Totalitarian hellhole?
Yep. Dr. Abram Anderton, Secret Codes. Ooh. Such trivial ciphers as reading only the first word of every line are easy to produce on short notice, but extremely unsafe and easy to decode. Consider this simple example. Money as denominator of value has evolved and changed a lot. Still, in savvy hands, it is a powerful tool. Money has changed hands. Okay. So now I know that we need to take a peek at those secret codes in any diaries that we may run into. Just a book, just a book. This mostly tomorrow. I me all worked. It had and tomorrow. Okay. Nothing there. Monkey Man 2. Monkey Man 1. Due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system. Peptic tonic. 2 sealed bottles of cloudy liquid labeled peptic tonic. A sealed bottle labeled opium. I wonder where that upset stomach might be coming from. Dear Edmund, this cannot continue. Since my return and move to Sebastian's manor, he has asked for financial support 7 times. He clearly is unable to take any monetary responsibility. Please, I need your help, my dear brother. Sincerely, Rose Coopert.
Who, as you recall, was the India Boo.
Yes, the India Boo. Accurate, very accurate. Dear Edmund, I like your idea. Let's send him to colonies, where his violent nature will make him feel at home. I hear you're having dinner with Lady Mary and her well-to-do father Lothar. If Peter and I were to join you, we could beguile him with tales of adventures in the colonies, so we can ship him away. Sincerely, Rose Coopert. Okay. Beguile him, yes. Lady Mary and her well-to-do father Lothar. We still don't have any of them. Mrs. Baker. Starting date, 1787, August 1st. Position, housemaid. Yearly wage, £9. Okay.
And we know this is 1788, so the housemaid has
1788, so she does in fact have less seniority. And since we confirmed that this is where the cook is, that means that the maid must be here, which matches the fact that she has a stack of candles.
So let's take a look at the rest of the things in her cabinet and just look over them again.
Raulu Cthulhu, Star Child. Remember to take the 4th one from every row. Oh. That's the cipher. Instead of the 1st one from every row, 4th one from every row. Very good. Anyway, let me, she is Ada Baker. So, wait. Smith. Okay, good. Ada Baker. Okay. Here is the golden idol. Well, Edmund, you seem pretty pleased after the old boy passed away and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. Take care of those with whom you ally. I have many friends and will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Lord George Bridges. Dude doesn't even know how to spell Bridges. What kind of a lord is he? Edmund Cloudsley. Once more you have failed to answer your requisition. This is the last warning you will receive. Your transgression against us demand amends. The only course of action you have is to surrender yourself to our justice. Last chance for repentance, serpent, or we will unleash one of our stewards upon you. Brotherhood of Masks. Dun dun dun. The revolution will come for the likes of you, you crooked bastard. Soon you will pay for your sins against honest common folk with your blood. Final Vanguard.
Just remember, warp cores cannot explode.
Don't say that, because that's the thing you said last time to cause my internet to crash.
Oh, well, sorry.
Dear Uncle, I hear you are interested in Lady Richards. I think you are too old for her. I shall court her instead. Secondly, please lend me £300. It is small change to you, and I am desperately in need of it as present. Truly yours, Peter Batley.
That is an amazing letter, isn't it?
The audacity of some people.
Stop courting the girl you're interested in. I'll take her instead. Also, give me a huge sum of money.
Okay, this clue has been added to the thinking panel. Is this seating arrangements? It is seating arrangements. Okay. Meat, veggie, it seems. Okay. A glass full of cloudy liquid, untouched. Oh, Edmund was to not drink. And to have partially empty glass of amber liquid. Could that be the partially empty glass of cloudy liquid? Cloudy liquid. Partially empty glass of clear liquid. A salad, untouched. A partially eaten salad. Partially eaten piece of roast, a partially eaten salad. Partially eaten salad. Partially eaten piece of roast. Partially empty glass of yellow liquid. Partially empty glass of red liquid. Partially empty glass of red liquid. Partially empty glass of red liquid. Whew, okay. Partially smoked cigar. Is that everything? That appears to be everything. So the question is probably what is unique among these things, and I'm going to confirm if partially empty glass of amber liquid. Cloudy. Yeah, amber. Oh, yellow. Partially empty glass of yellow liquid. Could be amber, could be yellow. Wine's been drunk. Clear liquid, but I'm just gonna assume that's water. But yeah. Maybe they slipped some poison into the water. Partially smoked cigar.
They slipped poison into something, but there will be clues that help help us identify who's in each seating place.
Yep.
For one thing, our first clues we actually got in the library because there was a note to Edmund about recommendations for his what he should have at dinner.
Okay.
It was in his medicine cabinet.
Yep. Advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system.
So if we take this seriously, Edmund's place probably has no alcohol and a glass of peptic tonic.
Sounds right. And that would be there, and it's also at the head of the table. And Edmund Cloudsley, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And David had the cigar, so I put David there. And we also... gonna backtrack. Said that, Miss Richards appears to not enjoy meat, so she was sitting at one of the two places with a salad, or I guess one of two, because Edmund has that one. As the untouched salad. Alright, let's go back into here. This is horrible. An embroidered handkerchief. Does it mention anything it was embroidered with? Okay. Oh, cool.
I don't see anything.
Do you see the new mouse that just popped up?
I see a mouse pointer.
Yeah. I can control that with the WASD buttons. Alright, whatever. That can go off screen. We don't want it. Alright. Anyway, I'm going to assume that is Mary. It's poison! Nobody touch a thing, and nobody move. I'll send for a doctor right away. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Yes, and none other than Edmund Cloudsley once again. Okay. 2 widely spaced notches. And a bit of a complicated one with a heart. But he is Edmund Cloudsley. She does seem rather unwell. It's extremely upsetting. This clue's been added to the thinking panel. 4 pounds and a shilling. Oh, there is, Rose, a fan, rings with various gemstones. 4 pounds. The lady is not breathing, and her face is blotched.
He does seem rather unwell.
She seems extremely unwell. She was... page 2. Rose Hubert. Yeah. Double check that just to be safe. But yes, Rose Hubert. That is the Indiaboo sister. You killed my aunt, you devil! I should execute you on the spot! 2 pounds. A fork. He kept the fork. A pack of cards. Yes.
And he's menacing the guy with a fork.
Yes.
Lovely.
Based off of the fact that he has a deck of cards, I'm assuming he is the gambling addiction brother.
Peter Batley.
Peter Batley.
Yes. Well, nephew rather than brother.
Nephew. Yes, nephew. Opaque bottle labeled water. A roast. A salad bowl. A half-full carafe of amber liquid labeled brandy. Oh, and we'll find out what the yellow thing is. A half-full bottle of red liquid labeled wine. Oh, it's just going to be lemon juice. An almost full carafe of yellow liquid containing lemons. A half-empty bottle of cloudy liquid labeled peptic tonic. Alright. Oh my lord, this has nothing to do with me! Ensure that the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner, and I will slip you a shilling. Peter. He did get his shilling. Art key, he got that key. Small simple key.
Incidentally, can you conclude what the small simple keys are?
Small simple keys? No, not particularly.
Every servant is carrying one small simple key.
Hold on, let me read this. Note to self, if you get frustrated when working, remember the tale about the rich lord who married his donkey and you will feel better. Okay. Probably not the safe. Definitely not the safe. Medicine cabinet? Potentially.
Well, you notice every servant has a...
Every servant has their little locker room. Or locked cubby.
Well, they have a... Well, not even a locked cubby. Click on their doors.
Doors locked. Okay, yeah. They each have a lock to their own room. It's fair. Okay. So yeah, we got identification. Little Pip. There's the seating. I'm gonna guess that probably Little Pip sleeps here. Let me see.
Where? I can't see your pointer.
In between the cabinet and the kitchen.
Yeah, okay. Well, you could place his name in there.
Yeah, I may as well just have it there as a placeholder. I mean, it obviously fits, but yeah. Expensive cigar. City, grab me. They'll pay you back. David. Yes. David has the Ashblair tobacco. Set of lockpicks, though. Clean up the barn until Wednesday. Plan to continue experimenting with the artifact. Okay.
Lockpicks, a pistol, and a dagger.
Yeah. He's, up to no good.
Well, if you look down in the kitchen, there was a note talking about servants.
Yes, there we go. David Gorin. There we are. David Gorin. So... Here it is. David Gorin.
And there was more information in that note still.
There was. NB. David Gorin's job requires that he may arrive or leave during the night. No complaint about this.
Also
Mr.
note there's
Walker.
a name. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Walker. And we don't have any place else. And yeah, Edmund Cloudsley is there. NB.
Do you know what NB means?
I do not know.
Nota bene. Please take note.
Please take note. Okay. So that's not referring to anyone in particular. All right, Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker is going to be probably the senior-most one. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume, potentially. Yeah, that looks like, obviously he is, one of the servants, and yeah, he's a butler, clearly, which does mean he has seniority. And he is clearly well-aged.
And remember the story about the Lord who married his donkey, and if you take a look at his room again...
Wise slave, fables about rulers that make you think. Ah! Very good. So yes, he is Mr. Walker. So we can go Walker down there. Person, there's our servant. He is Mr. Walker.
And we have Peter Batley, which we can identify in the
That's right.
person list.
As well, Peter Batley. And I'm going to assume that that is the rich father. I mean, he does have 4 pounds
Sure.
with him.
And he's wearing quite a wig, so...
Quite a wig, yes. Definitely showing off there. We had the... well-to-do father. There we go. Lothar. So that is... Lothar. Now, we need last names for Marion Lothar, and we need
It's time to click through the evidence again, since you found all the words. You just need to find where names are mentioned.
Yep. And by click evidence, you mean just go through the house again, right?
Yep.
Overcoat and a hat. Overcoat and a hat. Box of cigars. Dear Miss Richards, I enjoyed your company. There we are. Richards. 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 Very good. Now, if we can just get Mr. Walker's first name, and we'll at least have that section done. And, yeah, we'll need one name there, and we'll be good. And we do have this syringe, at least, so we know we're...
Which looks, was likely filled with poison, I'd assume.
Likely filled with poison, that's my assumption as well. Alright, let's just go through the list. Yeah, she's got her own small, simple key. And she's got,
what did the note say?
dinner party, take place on 8th. Everything.
Okay.
Prepare
Okay, well,
roasted
nothing.
boar. Miss Richards does not appear to enjoy meat. Simple. Hope Master Guests are satisfied and that Brian served everything as instructed. Brian. Here we go. We got our names.
Incidentally, you may have noticed some keys that are
Yes.
hanging around.
Mm-hmm.
You may have noticed some elaborate locks. If you take a look at the different elaborate locks and then the keys, you might notice something.
Ah, okay. That heart-shaped one leading to the alcohol matches this heart-shaped handle, which is
And
also...
the color of the...
And the color.
It's also the color. Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. And a square with just 2 bumps and a blue. Square and blue. Seems like it's access to opium and peptic tonic.
The medicine cabinet.
The medicine cabinet. Let's see. Obviously, the guests don't have any. Rose doesn't have anything. There's all
I think
the
it's safe
different
to say
food and drinks.
I think it's safe to say since David isn't even on the scene, David is not at one of the place settings.
Oh, yes. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I just went by the fact that there was a cigar there, but you're right.
Well, you notice the Ash Blair tobacco pouch is loose tobacco, not a cigar.
Ah, yes. Okay. But we did have a box of cigars here. From the guest.
And the box of cigars is in one of the mail coats.
Yes. Definitely male. Although, don't know if there's any way for me to distinguish whether it is Peter's or Mr. Richards.
You can narrow it down to Peter or Mr. Richards is all I'm saying. Where since there's 2 male coats and 2 female coats.
Fair enough. So you know what? Just to make it clear, I will put Peter and Lothar. And we'll figure it out later.
That does, however, tell us where Miss Richards is, doesn't it?
Yes, that is true. She is sitting there because it is the only other space that's just salad. Yeah, because the other one that was just salad is taken up by a man. And the other one that's just salad is also taken up by a man. So very good. That is Mary Richards. Mary Richards. And we know that the servant put Peter Batley next to Mary, which means Lothar Richards was here, and all that's left is Rose Cubert. There she is. Rose Cubert. Woo! There we are. Thank you for that little hint. Anyway, Wanted, so-and-so dead at the dinner party. Well, we know that, Rose Cubert ingested the poison and died. Hit a necessary key. And
Clearly, they poisoned the mattress.
yes, definitely poisoned the mattress. Anyway,
And-
hit the necessary key. I am going to go back because we had those keys that were hanging down from the side. All right, there it is. It is the one with the notches, which is the one that goes to the medicine cabinet, which means that possibly the peptic tonic was what was poisoned. And we can confirm that Rose had peptic tonic, as did Edmund, but Rose drank hers and Edmund hadn't yet. So, we know that the tonic was poisoned and hid the necessary key.
In a salad.
In a salad. The key is hidden in the bag. That's down here. And hid the necessary key in a bag. We also know, sleeping arrangements, that it is Ada Baker that sleeps in the topmost room, and she's the one that has access to the window, that has access to that tied-off spot there. And that
And
is...
you heard something about Ada having a code with every fourth word.
That is true. Oh, here we go. Dear Ada, use substance to remove target. Sincerely, Dark and Steward. I think.
That sure looks right to me.
Use substance to remove target. Yes. Sincerely, Dark Hand Steward. Okay.
And
Very
we
good.
actually saw a letter from Darkhand Steward.
Sorry, repeat that?
We saw a letter from Darkhand Steward.
In the previous chapter, right?
No, in this one.
In this one? Oh.
Yeah.
Remind me where, if you don't mind?
Waste bin in the study.
Waste bin, yes. That's right. Okay. Edmund Cloudsley, last chance for repentance, serpent, or we will unleash one of our stewards upon you. So yes, that is where we know of the stewards. No, not there. Scholar, it's fine, just excellent. Came across your videos after looking at the YouTube Alternative Odyssey. You're a good man. Hope you well in your endeavors. Thank you so much.
But yeah, that sure sounds like since the steward was meant to be unleashed against Edmund Cloudsley, I think that ID's our intended victim.
I do concur, yes. So, let's go back to here. Brotherhood of Masks. Although, that doesn't help us too much. Anyway, wanted, Edmund Cloudsley, dead. Therefore, Ada Baker. Ada Baker poisoned the tonic and hid the necessary key in a bag. At the dinner party, Rose Kubert ingested the poison and died. It does say here Take care of with whom you ally. I've many friends and will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Lord
Well,
George Bridges.
who was instructing Ada in her note?
In her note, it was Darkhand Steward.
And let's see whether Darkhand Steward is actually a name option for.
Oh, Darkhand is one word. Click you, thank you. Darkhand. Do we see Steward? No. There it is. Hooray! The 5th case solved. The scroll has been fulfilled. Ada Baker received in code instructions from Darkhand Steward to poison Edmund Cloudsley. She used her ability to move freely in the rooms while cleaning and made a copy of the medicine cabinet key. She used a syringe to poison a sealed peptic tonic bottle. However, during the party, Rose asked for tonic and drank it first and died from the poison. Dun dun dun!
There are, incidentally, also 3 or 4 minor other crimes and or misbehaviors we've identified during the course of this. Lucia is trying to use a love spell of some sort on somebody. Little Pip has been stealing all sorts of shit, including a cigar from Lothar's pocket.
Yep.
And we know that Brian, the butler, has been putting up propaganda after hours, bitching about the nobility. Look what's hidden under his bed.
Yes. Down with the parasites. There we go. That is the art that he's been doing. 1,000 hours in MS Paint. And pretty sure... I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking that the styles are too similar, but maybe it's just because they're made by the same person. No, this definitely is, definitely was by Peter Batley. Oh well.
Yes.
Okay,
I think it's just, they only have so many ways to do bad art by the designer. So
yeah. You know, there is a saying, there are lots of different ways to be smart, but there's only one way to be stupid. And it kind of applies here. The artist has only so many ways to make bad art.
Yes.
All right, let's get back to scenario selection. No new thing here. And that is this episode. More technical difficulties, less than the previous one, but still technical difficulties. Let's see, how many chapters do we have? Oh, we can't peek ahead. Never mind. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Please like, follow, subscribe. Check me out on Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, and Kick. Free money in the description as always, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Bye-bye.